I'm going to have to, is this big enough for you guys
Yep.
to
I see
see?
perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay, so my enroller, this is my enrollers and roller. So Ed Bestoso enrolled my friend Kent. Kent enrolled me. I hang out with Ed a lot. I talk to him all the time, almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
Ed has been with the company for 25 years. He's made about $44 million so far
Yeah.
with the company.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about this report, none of the three of us can spend his money, so it's not about that. It's more about getting to see a report that's this old.
Right.
So I'm going to highlight some stuff. So these are this first group of names and phone numbers and stuff here. These are his personal customers.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could highlight. Can you see what I'm kind of moving around right here?
Yeah.
So months enrolled.
232. Jesus.
Yeah, so 232 months. What that means,
Wow.
that person, Lawrence Conti, has shopped every single month because you're either in or you're out with Melaleuca. There's no in between.
Yeah.
You're either literally shopping every single month or you're out.
Is there any rollover or no? Like as
Uh,
far as points, if you didn't quite use up your points, does it roll
no,
over to the next month?
no, there's no rollover. You have to do at least 35 product points per month or you're out.
And
Okay.
it's not hard to get 35. I went in and was looking at, I've already put things in my shopping cart for next month.
Yeah.
I'm already at like 23 points on just a couple things that I need and I want to try.
Yeah. So just for example, a tube of deodorant, that's what, 2 points? It's like roughly.
Yeah, toothpaste is 2 points, I think, and it's $3.30.
Gotcha. Okay.
And like laundry detergent was what, 10 or 12
Okay.
for each.
Points, and it's like $17, I think.
Gotcha.
So it's not dollar for dollar. I think, in MLM, I'm used to analyzing. I look at what's the point value in terms of dollars and cents,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to figure out the comp plan and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of that, if all we had to choose from were kind of regular MLMs like we're all used to, then okay, yeah, I guess we got to do those comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
Here it doesn't make as much sense, I don't think, because retention and reorder, if those are there, the money comes and it just doesn't stop coming. So 232 months. That means this guy has literally shopped every single month for 232 months in a row. And you can see this row. See all the 200 pluses?
Mm-hmm.
These are his personal enrollments. So let's see. I want to say another thing here. So this EP over here, this is personal enrollments.
Mm-hmm.
So this lady, Nona Pione, has enrolled 51 personal customers. Lawrence Conti, in whatever that is, like 20 plus years, he's enrolled 6. In over 20 years, he's enrolled 6.
Gotcha.
Michelle O'Donnell has been shopping every month for 230 months. She's never referred anybody.
Mm.
If you look at all the blanks, a lot of these have referred 1 or 2 or 3. A lot of them have literally referred nobody,
Mm-hmm.
but they've still been shopping for 20 years.
Right.
So I'm going to get out of his personals so you can see a bigger chunk of the organization. Are these? Yeah, these are his personals still. But you see the months enrolled. I mean, we're talking years and years. We're talking a decade plus in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got people like Jack Maitland here. He's personally, personally enrolled 22. He had 69,000 product points that month. What that means is he probably got a check of something like $10, $12, $15,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of zeros over here, a lot of very low numbers. Like they've been shopping for 5 years and they referred 1 person.
So they pay you on product points as well?
No, it's a factor of product points. They pay you a percentage of the product points in dollars.
Okay. So it's not one of those things where they'll credit your account and you can choose to spend it with the store or you can withdraw it? Okay.
No. There is a function where you get free stuff on your account every month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a product point thing. You can't convert that into dollars. You just spend it in the store, but that has nothing to do with your paycheck.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let me go to a different part of the report here. I'm going to show you returns so you can see on a monster report like this how much money was subtracted from his check, how many customers are literally returning stuff saying, I want nothing to do with this, count me out.
Right.
Exchange is one thing. A return is saying the customer didn't want the product, didn't like the product, wants out.
Right.
It's usually what a return means. So I'll show you that down here a little ways. Let's see, what's this? Still just a bunch of customers here. You can see a bunch of pages of people shopping for 144 months, 139 months. And you can see this row over here showing how many customers they referred. It's a lot of low numbers. These are not people that are making big checks if they're making a check at all.
Right.
They're not making big checks. Okay, so leadership points. Leadership points. There's this dream that's pitched to all of us in MLM that there's a finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Every single MLM I ever did, one of the big core parts of the pitch was work hard 3 to 5 years and you walk away, you're done for life. And it's BS. It's not real life. That is not how anything works in life.
Right.
The way business actually, let's say the three of us were going to buy a coffee shop together. My plan is to walk away for life in 3 years. I can only do that if you guys run it.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys do all the work, and I want a cut of that business for the rest of my life every month. Right. It's just, we got to be a team for life. Now, it's not to say I couldn't disappear for 4 months after we build it up. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm out, I'm in the Bahamas or whatever for 4 months on vacation, and then it's Tish's turn. Mm-hmm. Somebody has to be minding the store. So the leadership point system at Melaleuca is all about putting people in a position where you can sustain your business permanently. You don't have to personally produce results permanently. Mm-hmm. It could be, me helping Tish with a presentation where I get points for that. And all I have to do is hit a certain number of points to be counted as active. And it's a quarterly thing. Mm. The amount of activity you technically have to do to get your full check permanently is pretty small. And after 5 years, you become vested, and the point production that you have to do gets even smaller. But we are permanently required, not required, but if you want your whole check, permanently a position where you got to be helping people, working with people. If you enroll people, that of course counts. You don't have to do that, but my personal take on it is I don't ever see a day where I'm not going to be enrolling people on a pretty regular basis. Gotcha. At least 1 or 2 a month. Mm-hmm. At least a couple a quarter. Let's say that. At least a couple every 3 months. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's there's a lot more to presentation points, but I don't want to go too deep on this. Let's see. So what's this? This is a new part of his organization where customers literally just started. They haven't even shopped. Oh, no, sorry, months enrolled. There's still some big ones here. Some big ones and some small ones, some new people and some old people. Let me get to the next section. Well, what was that? Maxine Levereau has 357 customers. She's been enrolled for 200 months. Okay. Just going to go to the next piece here. I asked him for a bunch of pages because I wanted to be able to show, a pretty significant amount of data. Right. By the way, this report, if you look at the date, this was from 2011. Mm-hmm. At that time, Ed hadn't crossed the 2 million a year mark yet. He had. Ed crossed the 2 million a year mark 11 years ago. He's made at least 2 million a year for the last 11 years. Mm. He hadn't crossed the 3 million a year mark yet at this point. Okay. He's been over 3 million a year now for the last 3 years. And I have his check and stuff down here at the bottom. Okay, here's his check. If you look at all the different ways we're paid, product introduction commission, or PIC, is he had 0, so he didn't personally enroll anybody that month. Mm-hmm. Actually, what that means is he hadn't enrolled anybody for the previous 3 months, because PIC pays 50% of any personal enrollment you have for the first 3 months of shopping. Okay. So if you enroll me right now and I get one of those big boxes, the point value of a $299 box is $150.
Mm-hmm.
which means you get $75 on that because you get half.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that next month I spend 50 points in the store, which is like 75, $80. 50 points, you get half of that because it's still within the 3-month window. So you get $25 that month on my shopping. Anyway, that is built into the plan specifically to kind of compensate you extra to work with your brand new person. And we'll show you how we do this. This really is simple stuff. It's relationshiping stuff. It's very basic, simple follow-up. It's, hey, Rodney, did you get your stuff? How's it looking?
Right.
Is there anything you're super, excited about? Or is there anything you got that you're like, I don't even know what to do with this. I never bought this kind of thing before. Because in the big box, you don't get to pick your stuff. It's a preset arrangement. It's 58 of the company's most popular items.
Okay.
So you might get, it's pretty common actually for somebody to get 2 or 3 things. They're like, never bought something like that before, and I don't think I'm really going to use it.
Right.
And at that point, I could say, okay, cool. Let me get the company 3-way real quick, and let's switch them out. Because the company would be like, no problem, Rodney. What else? Have you seen anything else that you like? Let's pick out 2 or 3 things that you like instead. We'll ship them to you right now, no charge. And it's a cool little chance for the new person to see customer service in action.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people we deal with aren't real big builders.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's impressive either way. A big builder has been around the block and has had terrible customer service experiences probably. But anyway, that's what product introduction commission, 50% for the first 3 months. Organization commission is just a straight up base residual from people shopping.
Okay.
PEG growth bonus, that's actually a monthly bonus. So it's residual. Once you hit a certain rank, it's residual.
Mm-hmm.
Pool money, senior director bonus. So a business retractions, that's returns. So on a business doing nearly $200,000 a month in personal commission, his returns were $1,200.
Yep.
I mean, that's 4 people returning a $300 box.
Right.
That's a ton of business. This business in 2011 probably had 25,000 or so customers in it.
Yeah. Well, what strategy was he doing to build his team at the time?
He has done the same thing the whole time, and we follow the same approach.
So the same thing that you built out is what he was using?
Yep.
Okay.
And he still does it to this day. It's, Ed Bestoso, you'll see him, you'll hear him. He's in a lot of the stuff in the back office doing trainings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He loves what he does, and he does what he loves. He's one of those guys.
Okay.
No finish line for Ed. He loves what he does.
Gotcha.
There's some other stuff. I don't know how much, this is worth really talking about a whole lot, but there's a car bonus. Actually, this has gotten a lot bigger. The comp plan has been enhanced really significantly twice in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And this report doesn't show it because it's old, but something like they didn't used to have a matching bonus. So I told you there's 51 ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you, actually. Do you guys have a little more time?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to pull up the comp plan, and I want to show you how the matching works because it's pretty awesome. For people like us that like to develop leaders and work with people,
Mm-hmm.
the comp plan is a lot of fun. Let's see, I got to find it here.
Let me ask you, how well have you done over the past since December, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll show you because talk is cheap.
Mm-hmm. The proof is in the pudding, man.
That's right. I know. Networkers are liars, man.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, you're right about that. Just
Yep.
product applied for JBC. What's that?
Okay, let me show you my pay first, and then I'll come back to the comp plan because I don't want to forget to answer that.
Okay.
Okay, I just need to switch my screen size here. It's a little tricky on my laptop. I'm used to having my big dual screen setup. Okay, here we go. I think I'm already logged in because I was looking before I got you guys on. Are you seeing my back office area here?
Let's see. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Business Center, Reports and Tools, Leadership Compensation. I'm on direct deposit. Initially, brand new people get physical paper checks once a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's the standard. Once you make the third rank in the company, you have the option to switch to direct deposit. If you switch to direct deposit, it gets tracked in your deposit history. So I'll show you. Most of this has come since January.
Nice.
I'll show you January, for example. It's kind of small. But this, you see that number there?
Yeah. That's nice. Same process, right? Because I'm a process guy, man. So if the process works,
it's same exact process. It is so simple. It is so simple.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's us.
And this is with the new compensation plan that was implemented within the last 2 years.
Oh yes, and this number would be like half that big without what I'm about to show you. So let me switch over to the comp, and I'll show you how this bonus part of it works. I don't generally care about comp plans, honestly. I'm kind of the guy that if the product makes sense, the prices if all those important details make sense, and I generally like the company, that I trust them to pay me fairly is kind of my thinking.
Especially if it becomes a lifestyle. You know what I mean? If the product is a part of your life, your lifestyle, everyday living, and that's perfect.
Yeah, if it's extra, like, I have become a pretty big fan of vitamins, for example. I didn't used to be, but vitamins aren't, at least for most people, that is not like a necessity.
Right.
If they had $100 left and they're going to buy gas or groceries, they're going to buy groceries before they buy gas, usually.
Yeah.
And that's literally what we have. Okay, so I'm going to get down. This whole comp brochure is awesome. If you did take the time to read it.
Could you send it over to me?
Yep, we'll get that to you. So I'm going to skip right to the bonuses. So my screen isn't big enough to show this whole thing. I'll get it to you though.
Okay.
I'll put it in chat. All right. So you see over here on the left the titles: director, director 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are the ranks. So there's 50 or 51 of these. So you start in the director ranks. Once you pass director 9, you move into the senior director ranks, and it works the same way: senior director 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, we're senior 3s, so you know. So I'll just show you how the first few ranks work, and you'll get the feel from there. Director is anybody who's referred 8 shoppers.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what they're buying. 8 shoppers makes you a director. There's no volume requirement or anything else to worry about. If you do that in your first 3 months, you get a $200 bonus. We call it a pace setter bonus. Okay. If it takes you longer, you get the regular bonus, which is $100.
Okay. And you said in the first 2 months?
3.
3 months. Okay.
Yep. But basically what it is,
like a fast start bonus.
Yes. The pace setter bonus is basically it doubles all the regular bonuses. Yeah. So the regular bonus is $100. If you do it fast enough, you get $200.
Gotcha.
Works for the rest of the comp plan. Now, where this is really cool, let's say you make director next week, for example.
Okay.
Tish, as long as she's keeping up with you, there is a component here where the enroller has to be at least with or ahead of you to collect this part of what I'm about to explain.
Yeah.
The company wants to incentivize leadership. There isn't a whole lot of luck in this comp plan. People don't make big checks because they got lucky. They made big checks because they're actually leading.
Yeah.
So let's say Tish is a director or above and you make director, you get a $200 bonus. She matches at 100%.
Okay.
Not a real big deal at the lower ranks, but I mean, somebody only has to make it to director 3, in my opinion, for people to start to really feel this. I had a friend that I helped go from nothing to director 7 in 1 month.
Damn.
That's not real normal. What's more normal is to help somebody go from director to director 3 in 1 month happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So a normal example, now this is somebody who's building,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously they're building, but it happens a lot. It's not a ton. So director 3, you have to have 11 personal referrals, and you have to have 1 personal director.
Okay.
So you've referred 11 shoppers. One of those 11 has referred 8.
Yeah.
You do that, you're a director 3. You picked up 200 plus 400 plus 1,000 worth of bonuses on your way to director 3. Tish, in this example, matches that 100%, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to take it a step further, now, Rodney, you would have had to develop a director to make director 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you had to help somebody get to 8. That person is now starting on the bonus path. That person gets their $200 bonus. So you match that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Tish matches it 50%.
Okay.
So it's a 2-level match, 100% first generation, 50% second generation.
Gotcha.
And the numbers get really big if you help somebody go from nothing to director 3 their first month. Usually they're going to make $2,500 to $3,000 that first check.
Mm-hmm.
If that's all they did was get to director 3.
Mm-hmm.
For you helping them get there, you're picking up a minimum of $1,600 just in bonuses.
Okay. And what's the residual on that?
Average residual at director 3 is right around $650 a month.
$650.
If you're creating director 3s, your residual's a lot bigger.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that bonus is, the whole 100% match and 50% match is a really big piece in the beginning. The reality is it takes a lot of customers to have a significant monthly stable base pay, residual check.
Mm-hmm.
The company knows this, and this comp plan is geared heavily towards big bonuses being available early and often. So the difference between, say, like a director and a director 2,
Mm-hmm.
if we look here, director is 8, director 2 is 10. So imagine you have a new person that's excited. They just got to 8. We're all celebrating. They're getting recognized in the group. They're getting recognition from the company. They're in the magazine every month. They're in the monthly magazine that month. All they have to do to hit the next rank and get the next bonus is enroll 2 more people.
Yeah.
It's like a joke.
Yeah. And then everyone up from there is just enroll 1 more.
Yes.
Yeah. Except for the last 2.
Right. Yeah. So it's these baby steps. And that's why you see it's really common if somebody's actually paying attention and working to see them make 2 or 3 or 4 bonuses in a single month is actually pretty normal.
Gotcha.
And to climb and rank that way too.
Yeah.
So they climb the rank?
Yep, they're climbing ranks. So we chase bonuses, and we're all kind of wired that way. We want to make big checks. It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, a big check is $1,000. For somebody like you, a check you feel good about is more like $10,000.
Mm.
Well, it's just a matter of, let's help a few people run to director 2, director 3, director 4. If you can find, somebody that really wants to pair up and run hard, somebody who can enroll 14 or 15 people, help 2 or 3 of those people go director. That's what I did in January when I was first getting going.
Mm-hmm.
My guy got 2 plus 4 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 12 plus 14. He got all of these. In his first check, he made almost $13,000. His first check, brand new guy.
So what was his strategy? What, he was on Facebook, or how was he prospecting?
Everybody he knew. He enrolled 18 people that first month, actually. Every single one was somebody he knew. No cold market at all.
Mm.
I don't have a single interesting story to tell that involves cold market. It's not to say that it can't be done.
Yeah.
You and I know it. All 3 of us know it can be done, and we do it. We've done it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different animal, though. If cold market is harder than warm market.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Cold market's harder than warm market.
Right.
The 3 of us can do it in our sleep, but we're not the norm. We're the 2%ers. So if we gear our business towards the little guy, and we set up a process and an environment where they feel good they feel safe, they feel like they can actually do this, and they actually can do it, that we can do cold market stuff behind closed doors. The three of us can talk about that if we want to.
Right.
We try not to do. We're really careful not to talk about that stuff in front of the team.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. You know what I mean? Because I'm always looking for, like you say, for the little guy. You know, that doesn't have any reach or is scared to, or doesn't know about funnels and traffic and all of that stuff. You know,
Right.
I'll do that other stuff on the side, but if it's working generally for the average person, then that's perfect. But let me ask you: are you doing anything like weekly, or like hangouts or anything like that, or what's been done on the back end?
Yeah, let me show you our Facebook group. See if I can actually. Yeah, I can. I'll show you because we run pretty much the general team stuff. All happens out of our Facebook group. So schedules, announcements, events. Let me switch my screen share here. We have a Thursday night training every week. It's a live Zoom event, so we all see each other and chance to build some culture and community.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's Thursday nights. We archive anything that is particularly awesome. Some weeks it's more of a hangout and just some recognition and stuff, and we don't necessarily archive that.
Okay.
Our onboarding process is very straightforward. What you're looking at is our pinned post.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very short and simple, to the point. Welcome. Here's our team website. Go register for a free account. And by the way, any of the tech and stuff that we have, it's all free. It's always free. We're never going to charge money for that. There's no side agenda.
Mm-hmm.
This costs us real money. I don't care. My checks are plenty big enough. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Okay,
So
good.
Is that a system?
We don't really call it a system.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I veer far from that because the last thing I want is for Joe Schmo, the new guy, to think that we have this magical system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done so many games and gimmicks over the years, and I'm not that kind of a guy.
Same here.
I'm loyal and long term and all that, But what I've figured out the hard way over all these years is if brand new people come in the door and they hear anything like system,
Mm-hmm.
process sounds like work. System can sound like a silver bullet or some secret sauce,
Mm-hmm.
And if you offer somebody secret sauce, they won't talk to the people that they know because they imagine, well, the secret sauce must be the easy way. And
They're like, I don't have to. Yeah, this will do it for me. Right.
Exactly. Yes. So we wouldn't call it that. This is just where we collect information and make it easy for people to get information.
Gotcha.
And it has a contact manager in it. And it's I consider it kind of like a platform to.
It's very basic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our contact manager will get better. It's very, very rudimentary, honestly.
Okay.
But we don't have a focus at all on leads or lead gen or anything like that. So this is a place where people so you add your new person to the Facebook group, and then you come down here in the comments and you welcome them.
Okay.
And people come in here and say, oh, hey, hey, welcome. Glad you're here. So that's that. And then we'll post. This is odd. This is the first time we've been away from the team like this. So we couldn't there was no way I could we were at this recognition dinner thing last night at the owner's ranch.
Oh, wow.
I don't usually wear cowboy hats, but
That's a nice picture.
it was fun. Company does a really nice job.
And where do you live now?
Maui.
Oh, when did you move out there?
Almost 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's out of Florida.
Yeah. Florida's flat.
Is it?
It's
I
nice.
love Florida.
We love Florida too. Not enough that we would want to live there again, but we love it.
Yeah. That's a shame. And you were what part were you in again?
We were in Naples.
Oh, okay. What'd you think about Kissimmee?
I don't know. I think Central is hotter and the bugs are bigger. It's more humid.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking Orlando.
I would take one or the other coasts before I took anything central. I like beaches and stuff too, It's for that reason. But it's definitely, it's hotter, and literally the bugs are bigger, and the humidity is a lot higher in Central.
That's a killer. I hate
Yeah,
any humid.
in my opinion, if you're thinking about Florida, you want ocean breezes.
Mm-hmm.
If you get more than about 20 miles away from the beach on either coast,
Mm-hmm.
it just gets stifling. The heat and the humidity.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think a place called Cocoa Beach or something like that.
Yeah.
There a place out there called? Okay, that's like near Orlando or in Orlando.
That's on the East Coast, maybe an hour and a half or so from Orlando, if I remember right.
Okay. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about that area.
Yeah.
I've been to Cocoa Beach.
Pretty
Either
nice.
coast is really nice. There's a lot of beach. I mean, it's constant beach towns up and down both coasts, obviously, and it's all really, really nice. It's a lot cheaper than a lot of other places in the country, even though you have, beautiful white sand, like postcard beaches everywhere.
Nice. Yeah, I heard. Definitely heard some good things.
Yep. So let's see. I'll show you some of our more regular posts would be like this. I usually do a daily overview every night at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
So the overview that you saw, I think you probably saw a recording. I do that live. I usually do that live every single day. And that's part of our simple approach to our process. We tell people that overview you just saw that you liked, that caused you to enroll.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very simple. Invite your sister, your mom, your neighbor to come look at it if you're comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
And almost everybody we talk to, their reaction is, that was very casual. It was interesting. It was a little bit entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that Procter and Gamble and all those guys made such bad stuff. My mom has asthma. My sister has eczema. I got these little things going on. I wonder if it has to do with the chemicals and stuff. Maybe I should tell my family. And that's almost always what happens right away. They're like, the next day, they call their mom, their sister, their neighbor, their friend. And it's really common. We see people go director in like a day or 2, 3 days.
Because of that. Okay.
Because it's just not that big of a deal.
Let me ask you. So basically they're already a customer at this point. They got in and they're inside the group, and you say, look, that video that made you want to get in, go share that. So that's basically what you're saying.
That's it.
Share that, and the same thing happens with whoever they share that with.
Yep. Yep. And we have a training, a very brief to the point training process. Let me show you our team site.
I don't know why this kind of freaks me out, man. I'm so used to. I see Roblox is on yours too. My 7-year-old man got Roblox everything on my.
Yep. That's so funny. It's my 9-year-old.
Got you. Yeah, I don't know why it kind of freaks me out, because I'm so used to funnels and co-ops and all of that stuff, to kind of go back to the basics, which is refreshing. It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of a little weird. I got to wrap my mind around just simplifying that and going back to the basics.
It took me like 3 months.
Yeah.
Before I felt really comfortable with all of it. Honestly, I was so used to automating everything, and if I didn't have full automation, it just didn't feel right.
Exactly.
It felt inefficient.
Yeah. Right.
But these guys have it down to a science. The 96.3% retention rate and the 96+% reorder rate, it means that almost everybody comes back over and over, and they spend money over and over and over again. And that's just, I've never seen any other company that had anything close.
Yeah, and that's what we all look for.
Yeah, it's what we've been looking for decades, some of us. So here's the when somebody registers, it takes them 5 seconds. Name, email, and phone number. Hit submit. We have text notifications and email notifications. You can turn that on and off, whichever one you want.
Mm-hmm.
I email the team about once a week, just very general, like, hey, the company's doing this, or the team is doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very basic stuff. The rest of it is all here in the dashboard. We have a short welcome video that kind of orients them, helps them understand what they have at their fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 7 getting started steps. Very simple. Take it one step at a time. Takes a couple hours to get through all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, ready to go.
Let me ask you, how many personals do you have this year so far?
61.
61?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, most of that I did in my first few months. I've slowed down a lot. My goal, my plan is to average about 2 a week, 8 a month.
Yeah. 'Cause that's pretty good. You know, that's pretty good income for 61 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean that dude. Oh man. So there's a bunch of stories. The guy that was sitting to my left this whole week, Jeff Kistner,
Mm-hmm.
is his name. Jeff started March 14th. He's made about $190,000 in 3 checks.
Yeah. He started in March.
He started March 14th. It's an
Jeez.
extreme example,
Yeah.
obviously, but he has less than 1,000 people in his team.
Wow. And what strategy is he doing?
Like 880 people or something like that.
And what is he doing? He already had a big list or what?
Yeah, he was a big networker, big audience.
Gotcha.
You know, hit his list, did big group webinars.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
He had some leverage. Still a lot of manual work.
Yeah.
He must have been working 15-hour days.
Yeah.
But his first check was $5,500. His second check was $58,000.
Wow.
Third check was a little over $100,000.
Wow.
It does speak to the power. You know, I think a lot of guys like us, people like us that have been around the block in MLM,
Mm-hmm.
would never suspect that people could do that at a company like this.
No. And I've heard Melaleuca for years. I kind of had some type of idea what it was about, but I've never looked into it.
Yeah.
But I've never heard any negative thing about it. I just always overlooked it. But this is beautiful. I mean, it's like I said, the only weird part is that I got to switch gears in my mind, you know, as far as the process, but everything else, I mean, it looks great. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as retention and more of the study of the numbers goes, I showed you just a little sliver in 10 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Ed's house twice in 3 months, specifically to look hard at the numbers.
Yeah.
Off the share here. Because I was nervous. I've been lied to so many times in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think usually it's nice people that they aren't really purposely trying to totally lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
They have told themselves the lie for so long, they believe what they're saying.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's actually true.
Right,
So,
right. Drinking the Kool-Aid. And see, that's what I tell Letitia too. I say, look, I got to go to the guys on top that's making the money because, you know, like you said, a lot of times these people are nice people. They're just telling you what they've been told. You know what I mean?
yes. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So to see the documentation, I went twice, and he has a closet, a big closet. It's actually at his office. His office is a condo that he bought that's 5 minutes from his house.
Mm-hmm.
So at his office, he has a closet. It has reams, you know, the box of paper, ream of paper.
Mm-hmm.
He has, I don't know, probably 20 of these boxes. And Melaleuca used to mail a physical report in like a FedEx envelope.
Mm-hmm.
So he has box after box after box with years and years of reports.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, go pull any box out you want, pull out any envelope you want, and look at as much as you want. I'll be back in a few hours.
Wow.
So I sat and I looked through 2007, 2011, 2015, like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
His assistant was there working on some stuff. And after my second visit, I said, would it be okay? Could I get some copies or a scan or something so that I can show something to kind of the higher level old friends that I have?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they said, sure. So that's what I just showed you. But that's nothing compared to what I saw.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a great month of his, by the way. He had no big bonuses or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He had single months where he'd make $300,000 or $400,000 or $500,000 in a single month, like 5 years ago.
Damn.
Earlier this year, he had back-to-back $550,000+ months.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's months.
Yeah. And he's not even the top earner anymore. There's a 26-year-old girl in China who made $6.8 million last year.
Oh my God.
She's been here 3 years. She just turned 26. Yeah.
And that's all. That retention rate is so high. Oh my God. That is.
I know.
Okay.
So keep in mind, you know, as I throw around the big numbers, the really big numbers are mostly bonuses in almost every story. Like the guy sitting next to me that's made almost $200,000 in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost exclusively, I mean, it can't be a ton of residual. He has less than 900 customers.
Mm-hmm.
900 customers times about $5 a month.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, $4,500?
Yeah, something like that.
So of that, less than $5,000 of it's residual.
Yeah.
So I want to be totally transparent with you. The bonus structure is crazy, and it's awesome, and it's very exciting. If you pay attention to your residual primarily, and you kind of live your life on your residual, the bonuses are gravy. Bonuses come and go.
Mm-hmm.
He could have a flat month next month where he just kind of grinds.
Mm-hmm.
He could go from making $100,000 this month to making like $15,000 next month, and that's okay. Nobody freak out. As long as you understand, it's actually normal.
Yeah.
I've had big months. I've had small months. It's normal. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with me, like I say, with that retention, you have that security. You know what I mean? So everything else just makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not gonna freak out too much.
Yeah. What I would love to do, so that you can get a feel for the process and the depth of what we would typically do.
Mm-hmm.
Tish, we haven't done this yet because things have been so crazy with my travel schedule and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. You kind of got gypped. But we'll fix that. Like in the next 2 or 3 days, we'll fix this. We could either do a joint Zoom session. Rodney, if you like everything, you sleep on this, and you're like, okay, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to focus. I'm going to go all the way. This is the last one, not the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And what I would suggest is I fly home tomorrow. We are exhausted. We've hardly slept since we got here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't sleep on planes. So we're going to get home tomorrow night like totally dead.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday will be my first chance. So I'm thinking Sunday or Monday. But if we can get together Sunday or Monday and do a strategy session and a game plan session, I will show you how we do those.
Mm-hmm.
And that strategy and game plan session is something we do with every single builder.
Okay.
So if Monday afternoon, Rodney, you have your first builder, somebody who watches the whole overview and goes, count me in. I'm a category 2 or a category 3, which tells us I want to make money. I want to do this. I'll do maybe the first week or 2 worth of strategy and game plan with you guys on Zoom if you want. Mm-hmm. So it could be like a 3 or 4 or 5 way on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
They take 45 minutes or less usually. But that's where we get people dreaming. That's where we really get into the nitty gritty of what do you want to do. Some people want to make $800 a month. Some people want to make $8,000 a month.
Right.
We'll set a goal. We'll put a timeline on it. We'll put a rank on it. And then we work backwards. And I know the numbers well enough that I can tell you if you want to make senior director by Christmas, for example, I can work it back to exactly what you need to do every single day between here and Christmas to hit your goal.
Gotcha.
So every new person, whatever their goal is, usually within 3 days of enrolling, they have a specific written game plan. They have an accountability partner. And it's like, this is a real business. Let's go.
I like that. that. I'm going to break that down.
Yeah, it's simple and clean and clear and good.
Yeah, so I'm a week behind.
Sorry about that. and you didn't let it stop you. You're working anyway, but clarity of purpose and goal. It's exciting for people. I think a common early goal for any serious person is senior director.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big. It's a pretty big thing. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm only senior 3, and you saw how it's treated us.
Yeah. And you and your wife have 2 separate accounts, right?
No.
You don't work in the same account.
There's none of that actually. There's anything that's remotely kind of gamey. The company ever allowed. It's real people really buying stuff they really need. Mm-hmm. So there is no separate accounts for husband and wife.
Yeah, and when I signed up, it asked what my spouse's name was, and so his is on my account also. So it's like Letitia and Carl, and it's like, okay.
Simple. Simple. There's no talk of buy multiple positions. There's none of that kind of stuff.
A different world, man.
I do want to ask you,
it feels so clean, and It feels so good. It's
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Christian, you still here? Make sure it ain't my. Yeah, okay, I'm good. See, you still here?
I'm still here. Yep. He did this on me the other day when I was talking to him. And I think
Did he come right back?
he came back up on his phone.
Oh, well, at least it was at the end of the call.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely send me over the recordings of this, and I want to get that PDF that he scrolled through, so I can
I
kind
have
of study.
that PDF, which he'll put it in the group, or I'll put it in the group of our chat.
Okay.
Let me stop this recording and